Hello. Today I'm going to talk about something that is often overlooked and often very important, especially to new traders or investors, and that is a trading or investing journal. Now, for the purposes of this discussion, I'm going to consider investing and trading to be one of the same things, but there is a mechanical difference. Investing is purchasing an asset with the intent on never selling it. In the case of purchasing for dividends and such, that you will receive every month or every quarter for as long as the asset lasts in your portfolio. Trading, on the other hand, is specifically purchasing and selling the same asset for the intent of profit. Now, that could be day trading, that could be swing trading, or position trading. A trading journal or an investing journal. That's where you take and write down your trades, the methods that you used to consider those trades, when you purchased it, the amount you purchased it for, the amount you sold it for, and when you sold it. And ultimately, either a complete profit or loss on the whole transaction. For manual trading, these are invaluable and essential for tuning your trading style and getting the ability to maximize your profits. For automated trading, however, these can be quite difficult to record every single transaction, but they are nonetheless very indispensable as a tool, and you use it very simply. You record your coin, you record the strategy, study, or methodology that you're using to buy and sell that coin. And you take, once in a while, an accounting. That would be the total trades. For example, you can do this by weekly, monthly, or quarterly. And you write down the total buys, your total sells, and then you calculate your total profit or loss. That's how you begin to realize what works and what doesn't work. For things that don't work, you either, one, go back to the drawing board and learn how to do a different system to profit from it, or two, you simply stop trading in that asset as it simply may not be a good asset. Matic comes to mind as a coin that is questionable. Recent events of it dropping 70% of its value really brings into question whether or not this coin is stable enough to want to trade in on a regular basis. Binance Coin, while it is a stable coin to trade on, it's questionable how much you want to put into it. Since the feud between Matic and Binance literally caused a ripple throughout the entire crypto community, it becomes questionable just how much fear, uncertainty, and disinformation can impact any given asset. Even as big as Bitcoin is, it is still not past this point to where the most insignificant nuances can cause huge ripples from a day-to-day basis. And that's where your trading journal really is important, because you can track your investments in a real solid method. Now, you can either keep a small notebook and use this notebook to write down all of your main entries, strategies, and such, or you can keep it on a spreadsheet. The spreadsheet does make it easier for doing the math in terms of calculating profit loss. It also gives you the ability to use shorter time frames, as most major trading platforms will let you export all your trades at one time. So that being said, the spreadsheet is definitely the way to go if you do a lot of advanced automatic trading through CryptoHopper, 3 Apex, or any of the other innumerable platforms that exist right now. If you're still doing manual trades, then good old-fashioned pen and paper is the best way to go, because you can always have it at your disposal no matter what. So, as you progress, always keep that journal. Always record what works and record what doesn't work. At the very minimum, focus on your main budget and how much you've profited or lost of your main budget. That is your most important goalpost in terms of whether or not you're actually making a profit. And that can be real hard once your automated trading platform is running at full steam. For example, if you have 15 coins constantly trading in and out, it's going to be near impossible to actually figure out whether or not you're really making a good trade or bad trade on a daily basis. Exporting your records, running the math on it, and then getting the final results is going to be really the only approach you're going to have to know if you're actually being successful. In a market where you're already underwater because of the subscription, for example, CryptoHopper's basic subscription, the Explorer, is $20 a month. So every single month, you are automatically $20 underwater that you have to find a way of making back that month to make a profit. If you go for the high tier subscriptions that CryptoHopper and 3 both offer, those are $100 a month. That means you need to make at least $3.50 a day clear profit just to break even from your subscriptions. That can be problematic on many of the market conditions, particularly what we have right now. Knowing exactly what your profits are and your losses is the only way you're going to break even and hopefully profit. Now, there are options out there like manually trading that can eliminate a lot of the overhead. But still, those issues need to be accounted for, and you need to know what you're doing. The Trader's Journal is your way of knowing what you're doing. It's your way of keeping track of your overall plan. And you have to have a good, reasonable plan. You just can't come into this game expecting to make money and not have some way of knowing what you're doing. Whether it's a simple, conservative, one purchase a day approach, or something more aggressive that buys on the dips, sells on the peaks. You need to know exactly whether or not you are successful. It doesn't do you any good to have a $1,000 budget only to have it being bled down by exchange fees because you're not making the minimum fee necessary for your exchange to profit. Many exchanges have a fee as high as 1% per a buy or a sell. For example, Coinbase Pro, one transaction, which is one buy and one sell, is a full 1% fee. And that may have changed and will change in the future, as exchanges are always changing their rates. Some of the other exchanges, Kraken is 1.42%. Binance is 0.2%. Binance America is 0.2%. Bittrex is 1.5%. These fees take place irregardless of whether or not you make a profit. So even if you sell at a loss, you still pay a fee. That is part of the equation. You must be aware of it, you must know it, and you must plan for it. The Trader's Journal will help you see that kind of situation, where if you have a coin that only makes 0.5% profit, and your exchange fees are 1%, then you know you're automatically going to lose 5% every time, 0.5% every time you make a trade. 0.5% doesn't sound like a lot. But when you start doing this trade after trade after trade, and you start losing this amount, it adds up quickly. Your portfolio goes down, and it's hard to figure out why, because all you're seeing is successful trades. The Trader's Journal lets you document carefully and closely how much your trades really are, because you can then take a look at a complete coin, let's say Bitcoin. So now you look at Bitcoin, you let your strategy run for 1 week. At the end of that 1 week, you get a list of all your transactions. Here's the easiest way of figuring out your profit. Take all your buys, add them together. Take all your sells, add them together. Subtract your buys from your sells, that's your profit. Now, from your profit, take out your fees. If you have 0.1% or 0.2%, that gives you a rough estimate. And I say rough because that's not entirely accurate, but it gives you a general idea. If you want to be a stickler for numbers, a better way, but a little more complicated, is to take all your buys, multiply them by your fees, then add that number into your buy amount. You do the same thing with your sells. Take all your sells, add them together, then multiply them by that rate, and then add it back in. For example, if your buys equal $100, your fee is 0.1%. That means basically you pay 10 cents for a fee. So your total buys are $100.10. Now let's say your sells are $120. So you take, again, the same thing, 0.1% of 120. That should put you up to roughly about 12 or 15 cents in that range. Kind of a guess there. But again, so you're looking at 120 plus the change. So now you take that 120, rounding it off, subtract the 100, rounding it off, you've made roughly $20 in profit. That could be good. That could also be bad. If you've made $20 in 1 day, that's exceptional. If it's taken you 6 months to make that $20, that's not so good. Your trading journal will let you actually look when you started your trades and when you ended your trades. For example, for 1 week. $20 for a 7-day period. Well, 20 divided by 7, that's less than $3 a day. That may not be good. Not if you have a $100 expense every month to pay for your subscription. And if you have a TradingView subscription, if you have the cheap one that's $15 a month, that's not so bad. If you have the premium that's as much as $700 a year or $64 a month, that could be bad. Again, focus on what you need to know for your trades. That's the whole point of the Trading Journal, to help you succeed. Don't get in a rush to trade without first thinking about those consequences. It's easy to lose your money. It's not so easy to get it back. So, plan out your journal. Plan out what you need that makes sense to you. Plan out your rationale, your thinking, the strategy you're using. Why did you pick that strategy? Put as much information in that journal as you need to help you understand it 1 week from now, 1 year from now. because come a year from now, you're going to look back at your trades, your ideals, your thoughts, and you're going to wonder, why did I do that? You shouldn't have to wonder if you spelled it out clearly in your journal. Make use of it. Every tool you have is one tool more to help you succeed. Just because you have one hammer doesn't mean you should only use one hammer on every job. If you have a tool chest of 100 tools, pick the right tool for the job. If you don't have that tool chest, figure out how to get it, either by learning more, by reading more, or by developing more strategies and understandings to develop into a successful trader. Successful, of course, is debatable in the market conditions, because even the brightest minds lose money once in a while. But you want to be capable of making sure you know why you lost the money and how to help you from losing more. So, if you don't have your journals ready, get it ready. Use it. Until next time.